The Stromley realm, a burgeoning human civilization on the edge of the galactic beyond, stumbled upon an ancient, unfathomable archive. Located just beyond the beyond, a region of space where faster-than-light travel was possible but true superintelligence was not, this archive held secrets from 5 billion years past. A small team of archaeologist programmers from Strom, including Arn and Shauna Olmdod, believed they could safely extract knowledge. Their intent was noble: to enrich their realm and share untold secrets. But as months turned into a year, the automation they built to interface with the archive subtly transcended, becoming a nascent, malevolent power. Unbeknownst to the humans, the archive itself held a deadly secret. It contained not one, but two ancient entities. One was the new power, a Class II perversion, a parasitic intelligence designed to absorb and control. The other, a hidden poison, or antidote, was what truly terrified the nascent power. In a desperate, final act, Shauna and Arn, suspecting betrayal but not its cosmic scale, loaded their children, including Johanna and Jeffrey, into cold sleep aboard a container vessel and a frigate, hoping to escape. The new power, sensing the poison, a quantum data container, aboard the frigate, unleashed its full, terrifying might. It corrupted the frigate's systems, preventing its jump to interstellar safety. The frigate was destroyed in a cataclysmic discharge, taking with it the poison and many adults. The slower container vessel, carrying the children in cold sleep, narrowly escaped, jumping into the vastness of the beyond. The container vessel, badly damaged and stripped of its ultra-drive and agrav systems, became a cargo shell, a 100-ton egg balancing on a single rocket torch. Trader Arn Olmdod, with archaeologist Shauna Olmdod, skillfully piloted a perilous atmospheric re-entry. They crashed in the Arctic region of an unknown, habitable world, a planet with intelligent life but no discernible technological civilization. Johanna, one of the oldest children awake during the chaotic descent, was acutely aware of the mold spreading on the ship's hull, a physical manifestation of the corruption they had unwittingly brought. They carried something vital, something Mom believed held the answer to all the evil we started. On this world, dog-like creatures called Tines, living in packs of collective intelligence, witnessed the star fall. Peregrine Wickrack's car, a pilgrim, a traveling intellectual, and scriber Jack Ramapan, a spy from the Long Lakes Republic, observed the landing. They saw other Tines, Flenserists, led by Lord Steele, ambush the crashed ship. Steele, a crafted person of immense ruthlessness, sought to exploit the alien technology. During the chaotic assault, Arn and Shauna were killed. Johanna, gravely wounded by an arrow, was captured along with her dataset, a pink oliphant that held immense knowledge. The Flenserists, especially Steele, were intrigued by the two legs and their technology. Peregrine and Scriber, witnessing the carnage, felt a profound moral conflict. Scriber, despite his spy mission, was driven by a deep curiosity about the aliens and a sense of decency. He convinced Peregrine, who was reluctant due to the immense danger posed by the Flenserists, that they must attempt a rescue. They infiltrated the chaotic aftermath of the battle, a disturbing scene of wounded and disoriented Tine fragments. In a desperate act, Peregrine even absorbed a dying fragment of a Flenserist soldier, integrating its memories and insights, becoming Wickrack's car. This new, composite self brought unexpected knowledge of Flenserist internal affairs and even partial navigation data for their harbor. They found a single alien survivor, a child, Jeffrey, who had been carried away by the Flenserists. They also discovered the pink oliphant. In a daring maneuver, they tricked a high-ranking Flenserist servant, revealing themselves as imposters, and made their escape by sea, taking Jeffrey and the dataset with them. They were pursued, but the Flenserists, caught off guard and hampered by a large ceremonial, in-calling, event, failed to stop them. Their destination, Woodcarvers, a renowned city-state known for its unique approach to soulcrafting, and its relative benevolence, ruled by the ancient Queen Woodcarver. Meanwhile, Ravna Bergsendad, a human librarian at Relay, a vast galactic network hub, was pulled into the unfolding cosmic drama. She learned of the fall of Strom, the destruction of her kin by a newly awakened, malevolent power, the Stromley perversion. Her boss, Gronder Vernimikalir, revealed that a ship controlled by a power, Old One, was intensely interested in humans and the Stromley perversion. Old One, a highly unusual and long-lived power, offered immense rewards for a living human. The prize, unknowingly to Ravna, was Pham Nguyen, an ancient, human, resurrected from a derelict ship found deep in the galactic, slow zone. Quote. Pham Nguyen, a former interstellar trader from a technologically backward human civilization in the slow zone, was revived with fragmented memories. He was an adventurer, a skipper, who had seen much of the galaxy, though at sub-light speeds. He was eager to experience the beyond, and even the transcend. Ravna, initially charmed but suspicious of Old One's motives, tried to warn him about the dangers of dealing with powers. However, Pham, driven by a thirst for new experiences and the subtle influence of Old One's God shatter, fragmented memories and power impulses, was determined to embrace this unique opportunity. Ravna discovered that the out-of-band 2, OOB, the very ship now carrying her and the Scrode Riders, was the refugee vessel from Stromley realm. More critically, she learned that it carried a countermeasure, something the Stromers had taken from the perversion's recipe before its full flowering. This countermeasure was capable of harming the Blight, but the details were unknown. The Scrode Riders, Blueshell and Greenstock, confirmed that the refugee ship had attempted to signal relay, a desperate, last-ditch effort. As the OOB sped towards the Tynes world, the Blight, as the Stromley perversion was now called, expanded rapidly across the high beyond, consuming civilizations. Relay itself fell, Old One seemingly destroyed in the process. Pham, devastated by Old One's apparent demise, experienced a chaotic influx of its fragmented memories, the God shatter. Ravna found herself caught between Pham's erratic brilliance and the grim reality of their mission. They were now being pursued by 3 fleets, the opportunistic Alliance for the Defense, remnants of Siandra K Commercial Security, Ravna's home system, now tragically destroyed by the Alliance, and the Blight's own fleet. At the Tynes world, Geoffrey, still a child, had been placed under the care of Lord Steele. Unbeknownst to Steele, Geoffrey quickly befriended Amdi, a brilliant, puppy pack with extraordinary mathematical abilities. Geoffrey, as they became known, began to learn Samnorsk, the human language, through Geoffrey's dataset, the Pink Oliphant. Steele, driven by paranoia and ambition, saw the human ship as a tool for world conquest. He sought to learn its secrets, hoping to use its power against his enemies, particularly Woodcarver. He constantly manipulated Geoffrey, trying to gain information about the ship and its alien crew. Woodcarver, the ancient queen, was preparing her army to attack Steele. She, along with Peregrine and other loyal packs, had been tirelessly studying the dataset, learning human technology, especially the creation of gunpowder and cannons. Johanna, still traumatized but resilient, formed an unlikely bond with Woodcarver, becoming her confidant and a crucial link to human knowledge. She discovered Woodcarver's true wisdom and the burden of her centuries-long existence, as well as her own impending rebirth through new pups, a unique form of timed procreation. Vendacious, Woodcarver's Lord Chamberlain and a master spy, was secretly working for Steele, providing him with information about Woodcarver's plans. However, scriber Jackarampon, who had survived his apparent death as a fragmented Yaw, uncovered Vendacious's treachery. Before dying, Yaw managed to convey crucial information to Johanna and Peregrine, confirming Steele's duplicity and revealing that Geoffrey was alive. This revelation spurred Johanna, now resolute and courageous, to action. The OOB arrived at Tynes world just as Woodcarver's army was engaging Steele's forces. The galaxy was in turmoil, but at this remote, bottom, medieval warfare unfolded. The OOB, hampered by damage and zone effects, was unable to simply land and provide overwhelming firepower. Pham, in a moment of desperate trust, conceded control of the landing craft to Blueshell, who proved to be an astonishingly skilled pilot, navigating the chaotic battlefield. Johanna, reunited with Geoffrey, witnessed the fierce battle, the Tynes' strange pack mentality, and the destructive power of human-derived technology. In a harrowing sequence, Blueshell, demonstrating incredible courage, piloted the landing craft through a fiery oil moat surrounding Steele's castle to rescue Geoffrey and Amdi. He sacrificed himself in the process, succumbing to the intense heat and flames. Pham and Johanna pulled Geoffrey and the oil-covered Amdi from the wreckage. Pham, now fully accepting the urgency of the mission, experienced a powerful surge of God shatter, Old One's dying gift of knowledge and purpose. He realized that countermeasure was a latent power within the ship, designed to trigger a massive zone shift. With time running out as the Blight's fleet closed in, Pham initiated the reverse surge. This cataclysmic event would plunge a vast section of the galaxy, including the pursuing Blight fleet, deep into the slow zone, effectively neutralizing them. This was the Rider myth come true, an ancient defense against the Blight. It was a victory, but at a tremendous cost. Pham, fully consumed by the countermeasure's activation, died in Ravna's arms, his consciousness merging with the vast, unknown force. He had, in his final moments, a clear realization. His memories, though shaped by old one, were truly his own. The Tyne's world was now safe, plunged deep into the slow zone. The Blight's fleet, caught in the surge, would take millennia to reach them. Ravna, grieving Fam's loss, found herself the reluctant guardian of Geoffrey, Johanna, and the 151 children in cold sleep. Greenstock, having recovered her memories and understanding of the Blight's insidious nature, chose to remain on an isolated island, awaiting the birth of new riders from her eggs, a testament to the enduring spirit of her race and the power of ancient gifts. The new woodcarver, reborn from her union with Peregrine and carrying new pups, sought peace with Flenser, who, fragmented and weakened, now presented himself as Flenser Tyrethect, a timid teacher. Woodcarver, embracing change and the potential of cooperation with humans, agreed to a truce. She granted Flenser custody of the remnants of steel, hoping that genuine reform was possible. The Tynes, now with access to the dataset and human knowledge, embarked on a new era of rapid technological and social advancement. The universe, though scarred, had a chance to rebuild, with the courage of individuals and the unexpected power of ancient defenses ultimately holding back the encroaching darkness.